Good morning. Well, today we are going to talk about the simple past. So let's get first with the rules. The past simple tense is quite straightforward. We use the past simple to describe an action that started in the past and also ended in the past. The most common time expression used for the past simple are yesterday, a week, a month, year ago, last month, year, week, or Monday, last night, the day before yesterday, 2 days ago, 2 months ago, something like that. Also, the time expression appears either at the beginning or at the end of the sentence, never in the middle of the sentence. So, to form the past simple is formed by adding a ded or ied to the base form of the verb. However, in English there are many irregular verbs that take a completely different form in the past tense. Here we have a table with some examples. We have the subject, the verb, and the rest of the sentence. In this example, I will say like he walked to the stop yesterday. And then, well, to negative sentences in the past simple, we have to shorten the third person on negative. We how do we do this? We just remove the o in not and add an apostrophe. So we have the word didn't. To create a negative sentence in the past simple, we use didn't plus the base form of the verb. Then the questions and some other details of the structure will be explained by Anita.
We have the structure. Uh, in the simple past, we can start with the affirmative sentences, subject plus simple past verb plus complement. For example, she lived in London. Next, negative sentences, subject plus didn't or did not plus base form of the verb plus complement. For example, he didn't study. Later, we have interrogative sentences. Did plus subject plus base form of the verb plus complement plus question mark. For example, did you see the movie? Did is an auxiliary verb used to form negative and interrogative sentences in the past simple tense. Interrogative sentences, we put did at the beginning of the sentences, followed by the subject and the base form of the verb. We don't use did in affirmative sentences in the past simple. Instead, we simple conjugate the main verb into the past tense.
Okay, right now I'm going to explain about the final sounds. The voiceless final sound is with Z. For example, with the consonant P, K, T, H, C, H, S, H, S, F, and C. For example, stop, stopped, work, worked, unheard, unheard, watch, watched, wash, washed, kiss, kissed, sniff, sniffed, mix, mixed. And the voice sound, the final sound is with D, with the consonant D, G, Z, M, N, L, R, J, and H. Some examples are climb, climbed, hook, hooked, bus, buzzed, smooth, smoothed. And the last rule is ID, ID sound. With the only have two consonants like T and D. The first example is start, started, add, added.
The regular verbs are those that follow a predictable pattern when conjugated in different tenses. In English, regular verbs typically add ad at the end for the simple past tense and the past participle. Um, we have four rules for add ad, and the most common rule is to simple add ad to the base form of the verb. Example: play, played. And the other is verbs ending in e. If the verb already ends in e, only d is added. Example: love, loved. Double consonant. For one syllable, verbs ending in consonant vowel, uh, consonant, the final consonant is double before adding ad. Example: stop, stopped. Verb, verbs ending in y. If the verb ends in a consonant y, change the y and add ad, and we add to an e. Example: cry, cried. If it ends in a vowel, simple add ad. Example again: play, played. And we have another examples: talk, bake, plan, and study. Uh, talk, stalked. Past, bake, bake. In the past is baked. Plan is planned. And the last one, study, studied.
Okay, there are two types of verbs in the simple past, regular and irregular. But today we will focus on regular verbs, which do not follow this rule. Irregular verbs change form in different ways, and it is important to memorize them. Some examples include go, which in the past is went, have, which becomes had, be, which can be was or were in the past. There are over 200 irregular verbs in English. Many verbs are irregular in the past simple. There are most common irregular verbs. For example, she said hello. We made quiet. He went to the store. They took a picture. My son came home and she saw a movie. And that's all for today. Thank you for paying attention.